Do you guys remember when Woodville was released to the Team Fortress 2 public and everyone just responded with anger because it looks bad and it was poorly optimized?
You stopped caring.
No, that's not true. I mean,
That's the sign of a
developer
that cares.
And people just hated it. There was so much anger, so much disappointment. This was spoken about for years. And so imagine my surprise when this is released. Citadel. This was quietly released in the summer update. A new Team Fortress 2 map called Citadel. Created by Joom, Serexicus, Defcon, and Crazy Zark. Who's right now playing Silksong, funnily enough. I'm making this video because unlike when a bad map was released, no one talked about this. This is just, people have been silent unless I missed it. Even though, in my opinion, Citadel is the best map that was added to Team Fortress 2 in the time that I was playing it. No doubt in my mind, this is the prettiest, most fun, and most functional map I've played on. You start on blue team in this chapel, the starting area. On the back, you can see this little no swimming sign. That's cute, right? But really, the main attraction is this window, through which you see the looming castle with the contraption by red team, which needs to be stopped. You know, the usual Team Fortress 2 thing, but it just looks so cool. You can see all the way to the end, and it just introduces such a fun concept. Look at this. On Citadel, you can place sentries on the cards. I didn't even believe it at first, but yes, you can. Yes, you can. Isn't that the coolest thing ever? Why aren't people more happy about it? I'm so happy about this. This is so great. You can even place your dispenser. Look, put like a dispenser back here. And now I got a dispenser behind me, supplying me, and I can heal the sentry gun. But it's also not overpowered. You would think this is overpowered. It's not. Sentries get destroyed quite quickly. This is fun and cool, but for both teams. Unless the teams are unbalanced, which can happen, but, you know, that's normal. Okay, let me use no clip here. So this is the chapel. Right? This is where you start. Already just beautiful. Up here you got this holy statue with the head missing. Just very pretty. Very, very pretty. Behind you can see all these missing walls. That's because this is a very well optimized map. You don't need the walls back here. You don't need this to be rendered. And they did a good job on that, right? That's very good. Very good. I'm very happy about that. Let me push the cart for a second. Just so you see. You go through the door and it's destroyed. Very cool. Very cool. This like destructible door. Warning, unsafe. You got this, what is like Gothic vibe. Gothic old German city vibe mixed with the goofy Team Fortress 2 feeling of a map. And just look at the surroundings, man. There's so many things you could think of to do here. You could, if you're on red team, you could hide a little teleporter here. Right? Or up here maybe. Or even down here in the water, to ninja near behind blue team once they've pushed further. If you're defending on red team, up here, over here there's like this bunker structure, more or less, right? Which it fits perfectly from the vibe, but it also has this, just a perfect sentry spot, right? You would expect someone to spam down here with stickies, or just put a sentry here. It's so perfectly combining, just like normal map geometry that makes the game balanced and fun, with visuals that check out logically. It's so beautiful, I don't know if this makes sense to y'all, but I can appreciate just the effort that obviously took. What I also like is if red team was very like dominant here and just holding this down, you can like avoid this sentry almost completely. Like there's a little bit where you're spotted, like I may have taken a few like 10 damage here, but now I can just slip behind them. I can like get up here, there's a health pack here, and now boom, I'm behind them. I can like take out the engineer, I can, you know, isn't that so awesome? Call me crazy. But this is so cool. Also, it's a both sides thing, right? You can slip in here and just walking over here, boom, you're also behind them. You can go up here. Boom, you can shoot at them from above. They may have a sniper over there. There's just so many. It's very cool. Very, very cool. Also, being able to build on like the cart, I would have expected this to be buggy and like a mess, but so far, I've never been glitched into my buildings, and it just works. It just works. It's so good. Also, look at this. The little signs here. Humboldt's Pharmacy leeches baboon hearts. Radium suppositories. Humor balancing. Phrenological exams. there's a baboon heart. Like it's a Meet the Medic reference on the sign. This map is awesome. Or over here, Petit Chauffleur, Floral, fresh flowers, wedding bouquets, espionage. This shop is a Meet the Spy reference. Or at least a sign. Or over here, Discount Alchemist. Worthless Australium turned into priceless gold while you wait. This is so cool. There's just like a health pack here. And the inside of these like shops, it's not cluttered. There's not a mess of things, but it's also not empty. It feels very purposeful, right? For instance, say you have like a little fight in here. It's not empty. It doesn't feel unfinished. But also, you're not gonna like get stuck on a table. You're not gonna be annoyed. Even this doesn't make you stuck. You like vault over it automatically. So just perfect. I appreciate the small stuff so much. Right, this is like the lower city part. Very cool. Look at the sign. Flintlocks, shoulders, offal, sweetbreads, head cheese. You know what I mean? Even the barrel, Allen Schnaps, even the barrel aren't just, like the barrels aren't just a texture throwing in here. They're not a pre-made asset. They look very much customized for the map. Like this is an old German lower city and they have like schnapps, right? Ain't that cool? And like all the parts you can walk on, which you may expect you can't, but you can get up here. You can like jump on this thing. You can walk in here and loop up to the top until you finally can like shoot from up here in the little bell tower. And the bell rings! I didn't even know that! I didn't even know that! How cool is that? I'm so happy. I'm so happy that this got into the game. I'm so happy someone made this, I should say. It's not like it magically appeared. No. Someone poured so much energy into this. I can't even imagine, dude. And it's like, oh, just another summer update. No, there's not just another summer update. This is so cool. This is so much more. God damn. And this is like where the lower little city part slowly becomes part of the castle. You drive in here, and you got the sea here, right? Like you got the big arrows, but they don't annoy me. Right, for some, it fits. They got this cute town aesthetic, but they made it work with the TF2 art style, which is so impressive. And look here, you get to this like drawbridge, and just the first time I saw this, it just made me so happy that this works. I know it's not like a great technical feat, but seeing it being lowered, it's just cool. It's just cool. What do you want me to say, man? And like here too, you can like hide a teleporter in the water. That's super fun. But also you can get up here. And like there's this part, right? And this is gonna open as soon as the drawbridge is finished lowering. And you can walk on it without, you know, it's a little buggy, but that's a TF2 issue, right? You can only do so much. Now look, this opens. Ah, so cool. And like you got the river, which flows down here. And the usual just sign, you know, that's to be expected. But there's this whole like area here where you could like push people off as pyro. And it's also, it leads to this flank for over here, because this is a really like choky point. So usually there's a sentry up there. And what you can even do, like as an engineer, you might build a sentry here, just out of range, and then fire up there. This is like the chokiest point I've noticed. People usually, if red team is stronger, usually blue team gets stuck here. But even here, let me show this. Look at how beautiful this castle is. Isn't that so pretty, right? Look at how much love went into this. Look at how beautiful. Look at how cute. Look at how sweet. The most impressive part I think about all this is the map is so big and detailed, and there's so much going on. Like there's the water, there's the moving bridge, there's the destructible parts at the start, but it's not laggy. It's not laggy at all. And you can see flying around. Like the backs of buildings are missing, because it's like well optimized, because they thought about this stuff. It's just well optimized. If you got like a bad PC, no worries, man. You can still play this really fun, detailed, cool map. It just makes me so happy. It's crazy, dude. And even if, like, I don't even care if this video doesn't get a lot of views. Who cares? I've made worse flops than this, for sure. Look, up here. there was this flank, right? And it continues. And you can loop further around into this part with the hearth, you know, with some wood in there. And, right, now you're over here, overseeing the lands, this mysterious building over there, right? And you run up here, and now you got this little roof as cover to shoot over here. Like, people like to set up there. Sometimes they just spam from up here. You would be behind, like, the red team now. Also, as red, you can set up here, you can set up here. There's so much height, so much, like, geometry to work with, that it didn't get boring after playing it. I think, like, I haven't played it that much. I haven't played a lot of Team Fortress 2 in general. But when I've played this map lately. Played it maybe, like, 10 times. I don't want to lie. Probably 10 times, yeah. Funnily enough, I've also played it before it was added to the game, because I was like looking for a cool video to make, and this was like one of the maps that I wanted to cover, but then I sort of stopped making videos and went on my little hiatus. I also just love castles. I should probably mention, I just like castles, so this is just maybe just a map for me, one that I specifically like, but I don't think it's just me. I think this really is just a very, very good map. Look at the archway now leading into this magnificent building. This reminds me a lot of that Overwatch map. You know what I mean? The one where, like, soft spoilers if you don't know the Overwatch lore. Reinhardt's, like, friend dies, right? Very much reminds me of that same vibe. And there it is. There's, like, the huge red laser. And also, like, look at red spawn. Look at red spawn. This is so cool. You got red spawn here. And this is like this is also a thing I really appreciate. This is like for the first part. And then for second part, it's connected. This is the spawn still. Same spawn, connected. You could run all the way back there. Well, you couldn't because door closes. But like, I just appreciate the spawn being like, just like that. Also, look at that window. Isn't that so beautiful? Doesn't that look so awesome? That beautiful window making that beautiful light. God damn. And like, here's for C, right? And you like leave through here. And here's where the tank moves up. And then finally for D, you can move over here, right? And it says like E, right? You can like hop up here and then gain some height advantage. Just the options it gives you, I like so much. Like, so many flanking routes, and for every point. It's not like there's one that's just doomed and bad. No, you can, as blue team, you can walk over here, and now I got like vision on all this, right? There's also large health kit here. There's no going back, unfortunately. So once you're down here, well, it is what it is. But you can also, like, pushing up here, you can push through here. And here means you can either go from here and like start spamming, which this is what a lot of people do, I've noticed. But that's not it. You can also go through here, which gets you really close to the enemy, but also makes you like vulnerable, because this is such a close corridor that soldiers and demos can hold it down very easily. But you can also hop through here, and now you can attack them from over here. You can like go through here, and now I'm shooting at them from the side here. Or I can go up, and I can like go through here. Like, people will see me coming, but I could maybe build a sentry, or I could like, as a heavy, if I got a medic, I can like push in and attack them directly. It's very, very good. I don't think I have a single complaint about the map. Maybe that one point with the drawbridge is a bit choky, maybe. But I think it's mostly people not being used to that far flank, where they can just outspam any sentries. I think that's just it. I think it's not really a map issue. I think it's more of a people issue. Maybe I'm glazing a bit too hard. Probably. But I don't care. Okay, let me glaze. Let me glaze these MFs. And look, that's also such a cool concept. I like push into last, and as soon as I capture, it's not over. There we go. I now need to capture this. And also it resets to 60 seconds. As soon as I'm like here, look, the lightning starts like shooting out. And this tank is such a cool idea for that, because it like gives you cover, right? I see constantly people fighting over the last point, and there's just two blue people hiding here, while red comes from over here and like tries to do something, but they need to expose themselves to like a sniper or whatever else. And there it is. We've destroyed the thing. Look at it tumbling down. Look at that. Look at that. It's so cool. It's so cool. Look at the wire. Look at the wire still shaking. God All this to say, I'm glad we got people in the community making stuff like this. I'm glad this map specifically got added in. I like the little details, like this being a reference to Meet the Spy, and this not having opened yet, right? This only opens up later. I like the large stuff, like the drawbridge. I like the flanks, the many options to like push people off and have like the funny cliff moments. I like that there's one point where you can hold them well, but also, and I think that's mostly it, I just think the castle is so cool, and I so much appreciate that it's not one choke, but there's always a flank. There's always a flank, there's always a way to outmaneuver and outplay the enemy. Look at this, look at the cyclone of like clouds in the sky, and this huge contraption here, and like, yeah, it's just, isn't that so awesome? Isn't that so awesome? This was Citadel, maybe the best map ever added to TF2. That's high praise, I'm aware, but it might be. It honestly might be. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.